Highway 93 is extremely busy, especially over the weekends. Tourism is huge in this area with the parks, with the Grand Canyon, with Las Vegas. It's just a real busy conduit for travelers and commerce going back and forth between Phoenix and Las Vegas.
And it's an important corridor between Mexico, which a lot of goods are made in Mexico, and Canada. And so there's international trade that occurs on 93.
After 9/11, there were a lot of additional security concerns. At Hoover Dam, it was quickly acknowledged that with the terrorism threat, we needed to beef up security. And one of the things that was of high concern to us was the traffic going across the bridge.
Hoover Dam was closed to commercial traffic. At that point, the trucks were no longer allowed on US 93. All the commercial traffic had to go down the long hill on State Route 68 to the Bullhead Laughlin area, up into Nevada through Searchlight and up to Boulder City.
It dumped us onto roads that weren't intended for trucks. And so it was a real challenge for us.
The bypass bridge had been planned for several years, and I think the catalyst was 9/11 to try to reroute the traffic, and then the funding came through for both the Arizona Department of Transportation and then the Nevada Department of Transportation. One of the things we noticed right away at Hoover and in talking to our traveling public was how quickly ADOT responded to the change needed on the other side of the bridge going into Arizona. They were the first Johnny on the spot to make sure that the road and the highway matched the width of the bridge.
The project was from milepost 2 to milepost 17, and what it did was connect the 4-lane sections, which would be constructed with the bypass project, to the existing 4-lane section of US 93, all the way down to Kingman. We were actually able to complete a design in about 14 months. Typically, a project this size, it's going to be 2 to 3 years for design. A lot of great partnerships developed during the design process, which really helped us when we got into construction. We started construction in about January 2009. There was about 3 months worth of work before we could even move a ton of dirt. We had to construct a water line, all the staging of equipment, surveying, clearing of the area that we were going to construct. So we really started turning dirt in April. We worked through that year into October of 2010. So really, construction was about 14 to 16 months. For a $71 million project, that's pretty outstanding. The main part of the project was to widen from 2 lanes to 4 lanes, but there was a lot of other things that went with that. Of course, the drainage. Got all the guardrail. There was over 22 miles of new guardrail installed. There was one overlook that existed, and it's a beautiful view of the Willow Beach area down on the Colorado River. So we rebuilt that for southbound traffic. We built a brand new overlook a little higher for northbound traffic. And the reason we did 2 is that we didn't want that cross traffic, again, a safety feature. We also built a new trailhead for the Park Service, and of course we built 3 wildlife crossings.
We had collared numerous desert bighorn sheep in the area, and we identified that basically 80% of the approaches to the highway were in the 3 locations where we put the existing structures. And we're actually finding the bridges are being successful, and we've had over 250 crossings of the structures, and we expect that number will continue to increase.
Aesthetics of the project were extremely important to the Park Service. They wanted it to look like a road had been there forever. So everything just looks like it's existed there for years and years and years.
I think it's wonderful. The state's done a great job with it. The new pavement is nice, the new lines are nice, the shoulders are great, and the turnout lanes, especially for viewpoints like this, are incredible. It also makes it much safer to go up and down the highway.
This was the most exciting project I've ever worked on. It was fast-paced, everybody was enthusiastic, but we had such great partnerships, we were able to overcome every issue. The only thing I could say to the people that are driving it is, slow down, take your time, enjoy what you see.
ADOT, keeping Arizona moving.